Alright, welcome back to the channel everybody, Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of my Crusader Kings 3 playthrough on the March to Christmas. We will be playing this for as long as, I'd say, the month of December continues, but once we flip over to the new year, we will be done with it. So, we are playing here as our second generation. This is Count Rambaldo III, and he already has a number of kids. So, we got Rambaldo IV here, Udolrico, Berenice, Matilda, and Lamberto. Our youngest is 15 years old. I was just looking at this guy and be like, this dude never ages, man. He does. You can see it here, but he looks pretty remarkably similar to how he's looked since he was a young man. He is 42 years old, though, and has 5 kids. So let's go ahead and continue on. Let's take a look at what we have up here. You can swing the scales of power. Yeah, that's because I've been named as regent. We're not going to do that. I'm doing what I'm calling a passive playthrough. Just trying to be a good Christian and a good vassal. That's the idea here. That's why I'm playing it during the, what I call like the Thanksgiving season, because Christmas is also a matter of Thanksgiving, right? I know that we have the American holiday of Thanksgiving, but November and December, just my ultimate favorite time of the year, and fall in general is my favorite season. So I'm really happy right now. You can declare war on king. Okay, I don't want to do that. Count Peter, my nephew. No, thank you. You can steal gold from your liege. I will not. Okay, so we're done with that. What else is it trying to tell me that I can do? Oh, I guess, oh, there we go. Okay. Unpause. There we go. Okay, 23 May, 1129 AD. We have 375 gold. We're making 7.5 with just 2 counties. And I am starting to build up other properties because we have reached our max level here until our culture discovers the keep building. I believe I've reached max level. I don't think I can do a level 3. Yeah, I cannot. Okay, and the same thing with Treviso here. We are at our max level currently. All right, Lamberto, time for you to get married, son. Virginia, 21 years old, ready-made, right here at the top of the list. What about Laura? She looks like she's a kid and a hunchback, so no thanks. The mandate that Prince Archbishop Enrico has issued instructs me to seek revenues for the throne, and one form of income currently tragically underfarmed by my liege are the courts. Magistrates and minor nobles fine petty criminals daily, yet keep most of the funds raised. Okay, Friuli is particularly rich in such riffraff, and hiking the cost of fines on the locals for their misdemeanors would be highly profitable, if also highly unpopular. Underfarmed by my liege are the courts. Oh, when they said court, I was thinking like a king's court. This is like a judicial court. Magistrates and minor nobles fine petty criminals and daily, yet keep most of the funds raised. Okay. So we have riffraff. These are petty criminals. Do we want to up the cost of these fines for misdemeanors? Even though it would be highly unpopular. Well, why would it be highly unpopular punishing criminals? That makes me lean in the direction that this is seen as an unjust rule. We can find a balance of charges, I feel. 46%. We gain 50 gold. People don't grumble more than they already were. It's an abuse of power. Abuse of power. This all feels too far outside of my remit. Oh, well, I guess we're going to go with this one because it's the only one that's not an abuse of power. Okay, let's hit pause so we don't get another event. While we search for a wife, Laura is not a child. Okay, she's 24, but a hunchback, so no thank you. Is there any other noble? There's not really. 6-year-old here. That's not gonna really add up, is it? Well, okay, so we are looking for the best skills. Where's that at? Sum of all skills. 36, 31, 29. This is going to favor the older women, so we want to scroll down. Until we find somebody age appropriate. Here's a 23-year-old, Elena. She's an Occitan. Virginia is gluttonous. Elena is impatient, content, and compassionate. Bozenia, what's this? Possessed? I don't know. We'll pass. It's always in the eyes. She crazy. You can see it in the eyes. Italian. I guess this one makes the most sense. She's right next door in Tuscany. Okay, Virginia. Welcome to the family. Well, guys, I am actually quite excited. I am quite excited. Can you maybe guess why? Excellent. What have you guys? This is my town? Yeah, this is the city of Vicenza. And they put in simple pastures and water mills. Water mills must be something kind of unique to this area. It's going to increase development, so I like that decision. I'm not going to override their decision. Simple pastures is fine. Here's the bishopric, though, and it should get a hospice right off the bat. Okay. Well, the reason that I am excited is that all of my new computer parts have arrived. And I put off building my new computer because, quite frankly, I'm nervous. I always get nervous when it's time to build a new computer because, you know, you could brick your PC you know, if you do it wrong. So, and I'm not like a super geek who's really super familiar with this. There really shouldn't be much of a reason for me to be nervous. I've built several PCs now over the course of my life, but I do tend to always get nervous. Extort subjects? I don't think so. I'm not at war. Vassal tax contribution? Yeah, I suppose we'll go with that. I really should have gone down. You know, it's not too late. Let's go down this tree as a role-playing move. This dude's looking like a dwarf to me. Does he look like a dwarf to you guys? Look at his hands. There's the way this guy stands. He looks like a wee little person. All right, we're going to take meritocracy. Gameplay wise, it's better to go this way. We'd make more money, but you can demand payment for hooks. It doesn't fit with my roleplay objective. So we'll stick with meritocracy. We'll go down that right side down to administrator. So yeah, all the parts arrived. It's a little late at night right now. It's 10:30 night. I'll call it 10:40 p.m. my time. And this is actually it's 10:40 on Wednesday night, and this is your Thursday episode, so I'm recording it. I'm a little late to the table on this one. I got Friday's Bannerlord episode done already. I did that yesterday. But man, today was just a late start, and then I had to go shopping for food and stuff. So I got a late start on the day, and then on top of that, even though I kind of slept in late, I don't know if I didn't rest easy or what, but I got tired again, and I went and took another nap. So I've almost done nothing. I've accomplished almost zilch today, but I got all my computer parts in, so I think tomorrow, Thursday, I will begin putting together my brand new 5060 Ti build. I am currently messing around with Cyberpunk 2077, just trying to get the mods together and decide on the build I want to go with. What mods am I going to use? Which ones do I think look really cool, but maybe I'm going to avoid because I've only played the game once and I've never done the DLCs, so... And the build I'm going to do, I've never done. And I'm actually kind of really fluctuating between exactly what kind of build I want to do that will fit my character's backstory and how I think that she would react to situations. Because it's going to be a female character. Would be. And basically, I'm right now, at the moment, really waffling between... a Netrunner stealth build that really relies on silenced pistols and throwing knives, which is what I'm leaning towards, or going like just full-blown out in the open non-stealth Netrunner that just kills everything, right? And I'm not really sure which way I want to go on that just yet. Both of them have their ups and downs. Loyalty and sense of humor, or sense of honor, excuse me. Too more acceptable. No, keep it short and professional. And I want to begin playing that game so that I have some idea of what I'm doing. Like my last playthrough, which was my only playthrough so far, was just me seeing Cyberpunk for the first time. So it's more of a fly by the seat of your pants, don't worry about getting everything perfect, and learn the game during this playthrough. This one, I don't mind if it's got some of those elements to it because it's only my second time through. But I'd like it to be a little bit more refined. So... And the modding of that game, boy guys, I tell you what, it's intense. There's like 3 phases of mods that I need to really kind of just look at, learn how to use. It's so many mods. So learning how to use all of them is also quite a lot. Imagine have you ever seen Top Gun 2? Most of you probably have. Remember whenever he climbs into the Tomcat and Goose's kid climbs into the back and he looks at all of those buttons and he's like, holy smokes, what do I do with this? Because it's like an old way of doing things, right? So there's a lot of data management. And I can tell you as an Air Force veteran that the design philosophy of basically the whole Air Force, I think, but particularly with the development of the F-22, was they felt like their pilots were too saturated in data management and they wanted to build a plane that could kind of take care of that and streamline those processes so that pilot really only had to focus on 5 to 10 data management tasks. He could like press a button, and then that would the plane itself through its modules would take care of a lot of the configuration, all the domino effect, ripple effect, things that need to be done based on that one decision, so that the fighter could focus more on just staying on target and accomplishing his mission. And so what you were seeing in that Tomcat, even though that's Navy and not Air Force, that was a product of Cold War era 1980s technology, which is just an abundance, right, of options. And that's kind of how I feel with all of these mods getting thrown at me, is that I need to learn what every single one of them do, what keys activate which things. And so whenever you get all of that thrown at you up front, boy, it's just a bunch to handle, man. And that, as I speak about that, even that might be a reason for me to maybe not even go with all of the mods that I would want to normally, because maybe I just need to streamline it a little bit. That thought just now entered into my mind, so I might consider that. Violante looks like an excellent person. She's intelligent. She's 54. Okay, there you go. To be our daughter's teacher. That's our daughter or our granddaughter? It's our granddaughter. This is Lamberto's kid. That was quick, Virginia. That was quick. Good job. All right. So the 3 phases of mods for Cyberpunk, the way that I would categorize them, are you have, I guess, in levels of, I don't know what to call it. Let's just start with like cosmetic mods. These are the mods where you can download 4K textures for V's body, whether you're doing male or female. There's not a lot of reason to do that, in my opinion. It's just a whole bunch of, well, I don't know if I'd call it a whole bunch, but it's a lot more processing that your CPU and stuff and graphics card are having to take care of, when 90% of the time you don't even see yourself. You know, you're in the first person. That's more, I think, a mod for people who like to use the really, really admittedly outstanding, like it looks good, photo mod. You can take some really sweet pictures in Cyberpunk. Okay, increased control task is done. A lot of stuff happening. Someone should do something. Summon the physician. Oh, a plague has arrived. Okay, summon the physician. And you need to go back to organized army. But another thing that would be included in that group of, in that category, would be clothing mods, things like that. I might consider stuff like car mods to introduce new kinds of cars and stuff, motorcycles, as being more cosmetic. You could maybe argue for another category for that. But for me, to keep it to 3 categories, it would go, I think, in the cosmetics mod. Plagues. There we go. Alright. What are some decisions I can make here? Open the plagues panel. How do I do that? Where's the plagues panel? Was it just talking about the map mode? Can be found in the bottom right. Oh, okay, it's this one right here. There we go. White plague outbreak began in Trieste. Consumption. Okay. It's minor at the moment. What can we do with this? Decisions. Isolate the capital or enter seclusion. Increase the plague resistance of your capital. Make yourself and your close family more resistant to plagues. Let's, since it's just minor right now, let's isolate the capital. It is a plague, so I don't think doing nothing is the right answer. You lose 50% legitimacy. Okay. County of Friuli gains isolated capital for 15 years. And it will be unavailable for 12 months. Gotcha. Maybe that was a little bit premature. Because there is a penalty to it. Alright, the dim flickering light of Violante's infirmary illuminates the scene as the physician lays out a plan of attack. Those afflicted by white plague are racked with a bloody cough like I've never seen before. My recommendation as a professional is that we take a light approach to prevent the spread. After all, we do not wish to hurt the economy. I mean, that's actually true. That may sound like kind of heartless to you people, but no, if you hurt the economy, you're really effing up a lot of people. The economy's important. This is how people eat. You know? Ultimately, the exact strategy for preventing the spread of this plague is mine to make. Okay, we are going to go with a soft approach. It would seem the moderate approach has proven successful with the slow and spread of disease symptoms among the commoners. Though the impact is quite minimal, it should at least grant more time to work on a more permanent solution. Wonderful. Okay. So that's like your cosmetic mod level, and I need to find like kind of a stealthy ninja outfit or whatever it is. I want to have, I think, something unique for V for her to wear on her missions. I don't know. I might not do that. Especially for female V, there are so many outfits that they look great, but they are by nature, and I mean, this won't surprise anybody, but they're very sexual, and I don't want my V, you guys will see it whenever I put the story out there. My V is kind of, she's a bit of an introvert. She's had some horrible things happen to her, and she's really just trying to stay out of sight, out of mind. She has reasons for that. She's unassuming, she's attractive, and she takes care of herself, but she's really not trying to catch anybody's eye. Be cautious, do no more than what is necessary. Okay, so this is Lodovica. Not good. There will be no treatment. Jiminy Cricket. Be cautious. Oh, she got aggravated wound. It's a moderate penalty for 1 year. Okay. Consumption. Severe health penalty on top of an aggravated wound. I don't really see. I think she just... No, I got consumption. She is near death. Personal physician, worsened disease symptoms, and consumption. I don't see that aggravated wound penalty. Is it right here? There, it worsened disease symptoms. That must be it. A crimson stain so stark against the pale cloth. I stare at it in disbelief, suppressing another cough. Did I wipe my fingers against my lips, my hand trembling as I pull it back. I can feel the warm wetness, but I dread to look. I am afraid you have contracted consumption, my lord. I will treat you immediately. Do no more than what is necessary. Violante entered my chambers with an earthenware jar, cradled in her arms, and came to sit by my bed. She pulled a leech from the jar and gave it a most tender look before carefully placing it on my face. Remain still, my lord. Better not disturb their feeding. The leeches turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst of my symptoms are alleviated and the world seems a little brighter. Yeah, this all revolves around Middle Ages medical theory about the humors, and that you needed to like replace your blood because your blood was infected, right? So they tried to pull the humors out. Excellent work, Violante. All right. So yeah, I do want an outfit for V, but it could be that I just put together something out of vanilla clothing. But even with that, there's like atelier, I don't know how to say it, guys. Atelier stores that you can access on your like internet web that let you purchase things a lot easier. It's a mod, right? Rather than you having to find that store in a certain part of town or something like that. So that's an idea. Sickness and pestilence continues its harrowing march through Friuli, felling the great and lowly alike. That brutal, indiscriminate truth rarely lays itself bare until moments like these. I can only watch in silence as physicians step away from the body of my wife. I move closer, reaching out for her hand. It's still warm. Wow. How can a heart endure this kind of pain without breaking? It cannot be possible. Yet here I am, my heart beating on whilst yours has gone quiet. Oh, Lodovica, my pet. I never liked that. What the hell? You know? All right. Life will not be the same without you. At least the memories remain. I gained 50 stress. And Countess Lodovica has died of consumption. Time to get married again. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to roleplay him. When is it? It's 11 June, 1131 AD. He does need to get married again if he survives consumption, but it won't be right away. Looks like his sister died. So that's the first phase of these three phases, these three categories that I have in my mind of mods. The second one is what I might call macro gameplay. In other words, no matter what kind of build you play, these would affect the game for you. So a counter example there's a stealth overhaul mod out there. Well, if you play a guerrilla armed solo mercenary that just storms into a place and takes on all comers, you're loud and proud, you're never going to see any aspect of that mod come to play, right? So that would not fit in this category. But a mod that maybe does things like changes the day-night cycle to match real-world time, that would affect you no matter what. And I have one of those. I don't know if I'll keep it, but I downloaded a mod like that. Be cautious, do no more than what is necessary. My son and heir Rambaldo has fallen ill. Okay. So there's a number of those successful treatment that that I have loaded up. And then there's playstyle specific. So right now I'm looking at Netrunner. So for example, there's a mod I'm thinking of adding that will not let me add quick hacks until I've neutralized like the server, or it's something to that effect. That alters the net running playstyle. I don't know if I'm going to add those. I mean, to me that really sounds cool. Maybe I'll add them later. But I kind of want to experience the game as is. That's where I get a little bit torn as to how much should I mod this game whenever I haven't experienced the normal part of it. Part of the Category 2 mods that I have loaded up right now is that it doesn't let me access the DLC content until late game. Well, I'm waffling as to whether or not I want to do that or not. The peasants in the county of Treviso are in a good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, and the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk and geese laying golden eggs. The peasants are praising me for their fortune and have sent a delegation carrying gifts. We should give that back. County reinvestment for 10 years. So we'll accept their gift so as not to offend, but then we will convert that into money and then reinvest in the county itself. So we're more like managing. They just invested in themselves. They don't know it though. Oh, to tell you the truth, they probably do know it, because if you're any good at managing it, and you know that your position of power is kind of dictated as to whether or not the people accept you, it's just good sense for them to understand that they were really thankful. They were very gracious and believe that I'm responsible for their financial, I guess, upswelling. I can't think of the word. The amplification, you know. And then I took that money and I did more good management. And if I'm smart, I will make sure that there's a way that they know that that was me, without me going out and having to, you know, ring my own bell. And so, chains of loyalty, learn language phase. I'd rather take large levies as a just in case. We're still sick. It's May of 1132, and the plague is still upon us. Man, I was able to do a lot of talking on Cyberpunk and all those mods and stuff that I'm playing around with while still playing the game and not get annoyed. I'm kind of happy with myself about that. But that's what I'm currently doing, guys. Just to give you kind of a snapshot of what's going on in the background and off screen is, you know, I'm doing frame rate counts, and right now it's on the 3060 Ti, but just finding out, okay, what does this game look like whenever I turn ray tracing on? I actually didn't see much of a change, but I assume if you add some other visual mods, which I have not messed with those just yet, that ray tracing becomes a bigger impact. But man, for the performance hit, I just didn't feel like I saw much of a difference in the vanilla game. And our counselor has perished. We need a new steward, and we will assign Rambaldo. We're one of the last places that this thing still lurks. And it's gone. Alright, good. We can return back to a normal view. Camp fever spreads. Ratzeburg. Okay. Still have consumption. So as soon as I decide on a playstyle that I want to roll with, I'll start playtesting that game, playing around with these various mods and really determining which ones do I want to keep. Are there any others I want to add? Like right now, I actually have a bunch that I need to look at and think about adding. From a guy named Blur. It's BLUR, then with a period at the end on YouTube. He has like a mod compilation list on Nexus Mods that I can look at how he has his game set up and borrow from him, since he does some of the same play style that I'm looking at. So that, you know, that's kind of what I've been up to. And then hopefully tomorrow I will actually build the new PC. And then I can shortly, hopefully if I figure out which gameplay mods I want in there, then I can start tinkering with what visual mods do I want and that my system will handle, and how close to photorealistic can I get. Rambaldo lost the trait of consumption. Alright, we still got it though. 46 years old. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? Do you have kids yet? You do. You got a daughter, but she's got consumption. And your wife died of consumption. No. Your mom died of consumption. Your spouse is intelligent and doing just fine. Okay. Empty council position. Everardo has perished. We now need somebody who is good at military, and it looks like we will want to reassign Vincenzo and then put in Lamberto right here as our diplomat. Alright, so we got 2 family members. Well, he's actually kind of a family member also. He is married to our daughter. We're making 9 ducats a month, guys. Wow. Okay, so we have a chapel. We need, Portogruaro. Breweries. And then we have Pilgrim's Quarters right here. Looking at this bishopric, we have Simple Stone Quarries, Pilgrim's Quarters. And I think we'll go with monasteries, which has more plague resistance. Well, breweries add the development growth, and I've already got the Pilgrim's Quarters, so doggone it. How do I want to replace this. Cancel building construction. Abort. Okay. All the way down. Monasteries is what I want. No. I almost made the same mistake twice. My goodness. Breweries. I want breweries. Construct, because that adds to development. In a few days' time. So who are you? You're a foreign ruler of Carpathia. And you want my help. It looks like the honorable thing to do yeah, see, I would gain 25 stress because I'm honest. So I would be lying to him. Right here, I would gain 25 stress because I'm ambitious. Well, okay. We'll help you out. I'm sure she was evil. Spouse Regent. Orthodox. Vlach. Carpathian Mountains. Is this like Vlad's territory? King Buck. Tigechi. The spy I had planted in Countess Angela's party has sent me her report. My oh my, it was a thrilling read. Surely that smug expression is gone from Angela's face now. The soldiers who will collect that obnoxious hag are already on their way, and yes, they have brought the gold. It has been a pleasure doing business with you, Lord Rambaldo. I hope our paths will cross again. And he gives us 405 gold. And he imprisons Countess Angela. Alright. We agree. Alright, it's September of 1133. We can probably go ahead and get married. No. Wait a minute. He still has consumption. It's just not right. Empty council position. We need a new spy master. And it will be Should my doctor also be my spy master? I think maybe no. Let's not let power accrue too much in any one person's hands. And he's a powerful vassal, so we will assign him. Man, we got a bunch of money. Is there anything else I can build? Oh, the city can we upgrade anything here? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we can. Okay, upgrade that city. And upgrade this city to Carver's Guilds. Alright, much construction going on. We are improving everything. Oh, I'm not going to demand payment. Okay, who else can we work on swaying? We should probably sway our spy master so he doesn't kill us. Coming up on Christmas of 1133 AD. Friuli is a beacon of light when it comes to development. Pretty much on par with Venezia. I can't quite tell if there's a difference. I think this is just a white coloring, and this yellow is what I'm looking at, which is pretty similar. Venezia is maybe a little bit ahead of us. Oh man, Rome. Rome is doing real well. Alright. Friuli, it's actually easier to tell whenever we zoom out, huh? We're definitely yellow. We're kind of hedging towards that spring green. Venezia is in the green. Roma is green. So we're not leading the world or anything. We're just in a good position. Italy as a whole is pretty well developed, to be honest. It looks pretty good. Yeah, I would say that we are on par with the higher level places of the world. Look at all this red, my gosh. Completely undeveloped. Time to conquer the world. I grew gaunt and coughed and bled. I thought I would waste away to nothing. It certainly felt that way when I could barely climb out of bed, yet my health and strength recovered, if ever so slowly. Finally, I am ready to face the world and all its challenges. Alright, this dude's gonna get married right away. It is time. But before I do that, how are we doing currency-wise compared to everybody else? Well, we're well behind Ravenna. But gosh, it sure does feel like we're doing pretty good. We're at 9.1 ducats a month. Alright, hombre. Pick somebody. Do we have any, 29-year-old hunchback? That's right. 19 years old, 11, 9, 10. I mean, those are good stats, too. Okay, I know it's kind of disgusting by our current standards, but this would be normal for back in the day. She's Anglo-Saxon, diligent, paranoid, and temperate. We'll take her. What's her name again? Siflade. Eldred's daughter. So this is before they become English. They're Anglo-Saxon right now. That's their language. And, we will send for her. Alright. Welcome Syphlade. I need to try and remember how to say that. Syphlade. I'm gonna say it's pronounced that way. Intrigue is probably what, well, actually, oh yeah, intrigue is probably what we need the most help with. So there we go. Looks like that bounced us up to a 7. Alright, we're 48 years old, so we can still have kids. He does look skinny, huh? He looks like he lost a lot of weight, actually, compared to how he used to look. What was the thing I had, the screen that I had up where I was saying, is this dude a dwarf? I don't remember what screen. I'd like to see that again to do a comparison, but at least in this screen here, he looks pretty skinny. Alright, only 19 years old, huh? Man, you gotta be kind of like a dad and a husband. Alright. I'm sure he'll find a way. Let's let's go on a hunt. Oh, well, maybe not a hunt. We just got over that. Let's maybe do a pilgrimage. Pious pilgrimage. And we'll head to Rome, of course. Caravan master. Oh, hit pause. Okay. Average aptitude. Meth child. No. Meth child. Mechthild. Mechthild is who we will select. Alright, we will appoint her. Let's take this out of there. What kinds of threats are we facing? I wish it would tell you right there, but I guess you gotta zoom in. Okay. That's fine. Chance of danger. I guess that's... What is that? Why won't it tell me? Wetlands. One misstep could prove fatal in the wetlands. Okay. Hills. More hills. Okay, so we need somebody who can do hills. That's going to be a mountaineer. No, I guess not. How about a forder? No. Man, who's gonna take care of these, major league dangers? Okay, mercenary guards took care of one. That took care of a low chance of danger. I don't want to really address that. A forder actually added a medium danger. Well, surprisingly, I can't seem to find anybody who will really address that. What if I add another mercenary? It won't let me. So it has to be a second person. I think the mountaineer got rid of one low danger, so I guess we'll add that, because there's not really anything else. What about customizing my route? 30% chance of danger. The people of this county run wild and free. Perhaps that's the problem. How do I get out of there? Select. That's Forense. It's really not letting me do that. Is it? I guess that red lock may be indicating. Well, I know that there's a way to do this. I didn't finish that sentence. Maybe that red lock means I can't change that. So we're going to X out of these. We're going to keep it just as is. X out of this. Reflection is fine. Start the pilgrimage. Alright, I can't wait. We're on to Treviso. What in the world? How long has it been since I last felt the warmth of another person against my skin? The pilgrimage has taken me far away from my home, as well as my comforts. Oh, how I yearn for the desires of... Dude, you got a 19-year-old young woman waiting at home for you. You just got married to her. Like, she's still brand new to you and everything. What are you doing? Just one night of comfort, why limit myself to one brothel? None of these. Focus on the pilgrimage. I don't care. Take the stress. What I truly want is to enjoy and experience other cultures. You gain secular pilgrimage. No. We're a dedicated pilgrim. Uh-oh. It's just a bit of mold. We gain... There's a 30% chance we gain ill. 93% chance you find some forage. 3% chance that I die. Okay. No trips to the brothel. A new view of God. No. Oh my gosh, we're gonna gain more stress. This pilgrimage is killing me. I sure am glad this pilgrimage comes with an indulgence. Lose 23 stress. Yeah, we'll take it. Okay. Soon forgiven. Monthly tyranny. Okay, take that. Unlock. Wait. What's that do? We lose tyranny each month. Okay, unlock that. X out of here. Buy the blood. We're going to be late. Yeah, that's fine. Delayed by 2 days. Delayed by 5 days. Okay, fine. Delayed by 5. Relentless courage. What's this about? No, keep it short and professional. Really now, tell me more of this count. What's going on? Passing by the campfire, pilgrim from another entourage is telling a story he once heard about the count of these lands to raucous laughter. As he notices my hesitation, the storyteller looks at me reassuringly. Don't worry, my lord. This is surely about some other high and mighty nobleman. Alright, 23 stress down. Reduce stress level. You are no longer as overwhelmed by stress. Well, that's good. Duck quack for 5 years. The quacking of a duck can have a remarkably soothing effect. Okay, we might take that. That's a good omen. Rambaldo's pilgrimage is delayed by 3 months. That's a long time. Pilgrimage becomes more pious. We're going to do that. I have walked the holy path. We lose 12 stress. We gain the trait of pilgrim. What will that do for me? I forget. Monthly piety increase, travel speed increase, travel safety increase, zealot vassal opinion goes up. Okay. You organize a religious procession. Alright. "17 stress was lost. Engaged in silent contemplation. We gained 40 gold. How did that happen? I didn't get a chance to read all of that. Stress goes down again. Observed a good omen. Okay. Three, two, one. Alright. As our time at this sacred site draws to an end, I feel reassured that while I may not have been the most pious pilgrim out there, I have proven my dedication to the Lord in more ways than one. This being my first pilgrimage, and while no pilgrimage is exactly alike, I feel confident that I am more familiar with what to expect from this type of spiritual journey in the future. Roma, it has been an honor. So we now gain Determined Pilgrim for 10 years. Armed Pilgrimages Tenet. Monthly piety per night plus 2%. Because your faith has the Armed Pilgrimages Tenet, okay. Trait, you gain 10 trait experience in the Pilgrim trait, so you can do this many times over and kind of like become an expert in this. It's a fame trait. You can be known for it. I think the Bible has some things to say about that, so you better have the right intentions. Alright. Finish the pilgrimage. Now we're on our way back. Back in our own homelands, Treviso and then Friuli. Good to be home. My regency has ended. Alright. But we still have a little bit of stress. I have 995 gold. Perhaps we should hold a feast. And it will be at Friuli. Or Caorli, I guess. Friuli region. Start the feast. Oh, there was a slot that I could have filled. That was a mistake. And we're no longer malnourished. Okay, see, I thought we looked kind of skinny. Wow, this is really, really red. Duck Quack, Dedicated Pilgrim, Mild Epidemic Prevention, and Sculptor's Workshop Investment are the positive things affecting us, plus Determined Pilgrim. Okay. Maybe this screen lights up like this when you're in the event of a feast. He still looks pretty skinny. Okay, the feast has not even begun yet. People are gathering. Here we go. The guests are gathered in the hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. Alright, this is a month of banqueting. Wow. Good folk to mingle with here. Every guest with at least one trait in common with you gains 20 opinion, or you lose 105 stress. Well, I don't need to lose 105. Throw Gudrun out to cool off. Violante is really pissed. Restrain Violante. Violent. Until things calm down. No. Violante, isn't she my doctor? Ooh, aggravated wound and malnourished. Yeah, she is. She's my doctor. Get out of here, Gudrun. Oh, no. We will spend money for more wine. More wine. Hey, our wife. My dear wife, Sifleid, has been working hard to ensure that everything about the feast goes smoothly. The food arrives on time, the guests are all seated in the right place, and everyone seems content. With Sifleid beside me at the great table, everything is ready. I squeeze her hand and smile at her before rising to announce the start of the celebrations. Fantastic, man. That's awesome. Doing stuff in the background, like really important things. Not seeking recognition or anything, just quietly making things better. The head of this character's household is doing a stellar job of managing the relationship between guests and the court. Alright. Well, I would be the head of the household. You gain household efforts. Wow, look at that, man. What she is accomplishing, because we're a team. We're one flesh, right? The husband and wife. What she is accomplishing is acknowledged in one entity. Now, I'm the head. So it kind of falls on how would you describe this in contemporary terms? I don't think I have to trip over all this. Most of us have an understanding of it. The dude is going to be recognized for it, but we have phrases like behind every good man is an amazing woman, or something like that, is a great woman. And there's reasons that when we have retirement ceremonies or big recognition in the military is given for somebody's performance above and beyond the call of duty and a lot of self-sacrifice, we always give a large bouquet of flowers to the wife. There's reasons that those traditions exist, right? So she has gone and she has accomplished something that reflects well upon the entire household, and it's the benefit is right here. The head of this character's household is doing a stellar job of managing the relationship between guests and the court. That's actually her that's doing that. He's out there also glad-handing people. In this kind of construction, in this kind of political environment, the mayors that are here, the people that want to gain influence are going to be... He's the guy that they're here for. They're going to go talk to him. And so he's also working with people, and she's making his job easier to handle that by taking care of these other things and seating people in the right place. It's just... I think this stuff is really neat. This is how human beings work. When you look at things like evolution and stuff, you're wondering why does stuff come together? I don't believe in evolution, but whether you're a creationist or an evolutionist, you are looking for why do people do what they do? What is it that has driven this. How do people pair up and how are they complementing each other? And you can just see two puzzle pieces fit together, right? So I think that's nifty. Boom, 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 boom. And it's all done. All right. So we should be completely finished. I don't think I want the eager reveler trait. Oh, never mind. Oh, that's not bad. I thought it came with some negatives. Oh, the intoxicating life of carousing and debauchery, and is hungry for more. So we're going to say no to that. I have other pursuits. We'll probably take the hunter trait. Finish that feast. And all of our stress is now gone. That's what the major aim was with the pilgrimage and the feast. And we can come back up here and... Oh, look, everybody really likes me. We can try and sway him. What do you have against me? Lustful, chaste versus lustful. So he's chaste and I'm lustful. So they're naturally at odds with one another there. They have a differing worldview. And for you, he doesn't like that I'm lustful. And I guess Republican legacy, just the fact that he's a mayor makes him dislike me as a noble. Rulers of this culture can appoint up to 4 counts, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Parochial vassal opinion. And minor landholder vassal opinion. It just happens automatically. Long history of Republican values where the urban classes are just as important as the rural landholders. Yeah, so we're at odds with one another because we're from different classes. Okay. We're making 9.3 ducats a month now. Let's do one last check on property and see if there's anything we can upgrade any more, any further. Let's upgrade you. And you are currently constructing. You are almost done. 5 months left. Okay, we'll save that for next episode. And we will also upgrade you. Okay, 4th of November, 1135 AD. We're going to hit save. And that's going to bring us to the end of another episode here, guys. With that, a lot of stuff happened there. We had a plague strike. We lost a wife. Got married to another one on a pilgrimage. Held a feast. Constructed a bunch of new stuff. Watched our income creep up from an already substantial 7 to a 9.3. You know, just really, really good stuff. Where is this plague at? Well, not very far away. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Alright guys, again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Merry Christmas, everybody, and I'll see you in the next episode where this story continues. It's you. You're half of you are mentally ill. The other half of you are sociopathic. You make tricky form gameplay. It's your fault. Everybody hates you. Get used to this. I've got a light, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
My side, the MAGA world order is loving this. We did this to you, by the way. And we want all the credit.